The Clash of Titans, King Kong vs. Godzilla. Few cinematic events have captured the imagination of audiences worldwide like the legendary showdown between King Kong and Godzilla. These two iconic monsters, each with their own rich history and unique traits, represent the pinnacle of kaiju, giant monster, storytelling. This article delves deep into their battle, exploring their origins, strengths, and the cultural impact of their epic clash. The origins of the Titans. King Kong, the eighth wonder of the world. King Kong debuted in the 1933 classic King Kong, a film that revolutionized special effects and storytelling. Created by Merian C. Cooper, Kong is a giant gorilla-like creature hailing from Skull Island, a mysterious land filled with prehistoric creatures. Kong's character is a blend of brute strength and emotional depth, often portrayed as a misunderstood monster with a heart. Did you know? Kong's roar in the original 1933 film was a blend of a lion's and a tiger's roar played in reverse at slow speeds. Despite being a giant, Kong has consistently been portrayed as a protector of his territory and allies, making him a complex anti-hero. Godzilla, the king of the monsters. Godzilla emerged in 1954's Gojira, a Japanese film that reflected post-war anxieties, particularly regarding nuclear weapons. Created by Toho Studios, Godzilla is a prehistoric reptilian creature awakened and empowered by nuclear radiation. Over the decades, Godzilla has been depicted as both a destructive force of nature and a guardian of Earth. Did you know? Godzilla's iconic roar was created by composer Akira Ifukube using a leather glove coated in resin dragged along the strings of a double bass. Godzilla's original design included scars to symbolize the effects of atomic bombings, grounding the character in Japan's real-world history. The First Clash, 1962's King Kong vs. Godzilla. The first cinematic encounter between King Kong and Godzilla occurred in Toho's 1962 film King Kong vs. Godzilla. This film was a landmark in kaiju cinema, merging American and Japanese monster mythology in a spectacular showdown. The plot. The story follows a pharmaceutical company that captures King Kong and brings him to Japan, where he inevitably crosses paths with Godzilla. The film culminates in a battle atop Mount Fuji, leaving audiences speculating about the victor. Interesting fact, two endings were rumored for the film, one where Kong wins, in the American version, and one where Godzilla triumphs, in the Japanese version. However, this was a myth. Kong wins in both versions. The modern rematch, Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021. The long-anticipated rematch came nearly 60 years later with Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, part of Legendary Pictures' MonsterVerse. Directed by Adam Wingard, the film pits a larger, more powerful Kong against a seasoned Godzilla. Key features of the rematch. Size matters. In earlier films, Kong was much smaller than Godzilla. To make the fight more balanced, Kong's size was significantly increased in the MonsterVerse. Battle locations. The film showcases breathtaking battles, from the neon-lit streets of Hong Kong to the mysterious Hollow Earth, an ancient subterranean ecosystem. The Mechagodzilla twist. The film introduces Mechagodzilla, a robotic version of Godzilla, which forces the two titans to team up against a common enemy. Did you know? Kong's battle axe, a key weapon in the 2021 film, is made from a dorsal plate of Godzilla's ancestors, symbolizing the ancient rivalry between their species. What makes their battle iconic? Cultural symbolism. Godzilla often represents the destructive power of technology and nature's wrath, while Kong embodies humanity's primal instincts and resilience. Their clash is more than a fight, it's a meeting of East and West, with Godzilla symbolizing Japanese cultural fears and Kong representing American adventure. Emotional depth. Unlike typical monster movies, the characters of Kong and Godzilla are imbued with personality. Kong's intelligence and emotional connections contrast with Godzilla's raw power and ancient wisdom. Spectacle. The battles between Kong and Godzilla are a visual treat, blending cutting-edge special effects with imaginative choreography. The 2021 film, in particular, raised the bar for monster battles with its dynamic cinematography and vibrant settings. Fascinating facts about their rivalry. Box office success. Both the 1962 and 2021 films were massive commercial hits, proving the timeless appeal of these monsters. Fan debates. The rivalry has sparked endless debates among fans, with some supporting Kong's intelligence and agility, while others champion Godzilla's size and atomic breath. Real-life inspiration: King Kong's creators were inspired by gorillas and the idea of lost worlds, while Godzilla drew from dinosaur fossils and fears of nuclear devastation. Who really won? In both the 1962 and 2021 films, the outcomes are ambiguous, allowing fans to interpret the results in their own way. While Kong appears to win the physical fights in the earlier film, Godzilla often retains his title as the king of the monsters. The 2021 film presents Kong as a king in his own domain, the Hollow Earth, while Godzilla remains dominant on the surface world. Conclusion: a legacy that lives on. The battle between King Kong and Godzilla is more than just a fight between two monsters, it's a clash of ideologies, histories, and cinematic styles. Their stories continue to evolve, capturing the imagination of new generations and proving that some rivalries are truly timeless. The future of the Titans. As the MonsterVerse continues to expand, the rivalry and partnership between King Kong and Godzilla remain central themes. Their stories are far from over, with hints in Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, suggesting further exploration of their shared history and the mysteries of the Hollow Earth. Potential sequels and spin-offs. Exploring Hollow Earth, Kong's new role as the ruler of Hollow Earth opens the door for films focused on the unexplored creatures and ancient civilizations within this mysterious realm. Godzilla's guardianship. Godzilla's continued role as Earth's protector suggests future battles with other monstrous threats, possibly even more formidable than Mechagodzilla. A new rivalry or alliance. Fans speculate about other kaiju, such as Gamera, Mothra, or even new creations, joining the MonsterVerse, potentially as allies or adversaries to Kong and Godzilla. Did you know? In early drafts of Godzilla vs. Kong, there were plans to introduce more Titan species, including mythical beasts inspired by global folklore, but many were cut for time. What makes their stories universal? The enduring appeal of King Kong and Godzilla lies in their universality. Despite their fantastical nature, these titans resonate with audiences because of their symbolic undertones and human-like struggles. Environmental messages. Both monsters are deeply tied to nature. Godzilla often serves as a metaphor for humanity's environmental recklessness, warning of the consequences of nuclear and ecological abuse. Kong, on the other hand, represents the fragility of ecosystems and the need to preserve biodiversity. Empathy for the other. Unlike typical movie villains, Kong and Godzilla are portrayed with nuance. They are not evil but rather misunderstood, often acting out of instinct or in defense of their homes. This depiction encourages empathy for creatures that exist outside the realm of human understanding. Timeless themes. The rivalry reflects timeless struggles: nature versus technology, power versus intelligence, and the coexistence of different species. These themes keep their stories relevant across generations. The Titans' impact on pop culture. The legacy of King Kong and Godzilla extends far beyond their respective movies. They have become cultural icons, inspiring countless adaptations, merchandise, and even academic studies. Video games. From classic arcade games like King of the Monsters to modern titles such as Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters Melee, these titans have become a staple of gaming culture. Comics and novels. The MonsterVerse has been expanded through comics and novels, providing deeper insights into the history and mythology of Kong and Godzilla. For example, the graphic novel Kingdom Kong explores Kong's journey before the events of Godzilla vs. Kong. Merchandising. From action figures to clothing lines, both monsters are heavily marketed worldwide. Their imagery is instantly recognizable, making them icons of pop culture. Interesting fact: the phrase King Kong has become synonymous with anything powerful and unbeatable, even making its way into sports and music. The science behind the monsters. While Kong and Godzilla are fictional, their designs and abilities are inspired by real-world science. King Kong. Kong's anatomy resembles that of a gorilla but scaled up exponentially. Scientists have debated how a creature of Kong's size could survive, focusing on factors like bone density, muscle strength, and caloric intake. In the MonsterVerse, Kong is depicted as highly intelligent, using tools and weapons, traits that align with real-world primates' problem-solving abilities. Godzilla. Godzilla's biology is rooted in reptilian and dinosaur-like characteristics, combined with fantastical elements like his atomic breath. The radiation-based origin of Godzilla reflects real concerns about nuclear energy and its potential consequences on wildlife and ecosystems. Did you know? Paleontologists have speculated that Godzilla's size and abilities, while impossible for a terrestrial creature, might be feasible for an aquatic one due to buoyancy in water. Lessons from the legends. Beyond the epic battles and dazzling special effects, the stories of King Kong and Godzilla offer valuable lessons. Respect for nature. Both monsters remind us of the power and unpredictability of nature. Their conflicts often arise from human interference, underscoring the importance of coexisting with the natural world. Unity in diversity. The eventual alliance between Kong and Godzilla in the 2021 film shows that differences can be set aside for the greater good, a message of hope and unity in divisive times. Resilience and strength. Both titans are symbols of resilience, surviving countless battles and adapting to new challenges. Their stories inspire audiences to face their own struggles with determination. Final thoughts: the legacy of the Titans. The battle between King Kong and Godzilla is more than just a cinematic spectacle, it's a cultural phenomenon that has transcended generations. Whether you root for Kong's ingenuity and heart or Godzilla's sheer power and dominance, their stories remind us of the complexities of nature, the consequences of human actions, and the enduring appeal of epic rivalries. As the monsterverse continues to expand, fans eagerly await the next chapter in this colossal saga. One thing is certain: the legend of King Kong and Godzilla will endure, inspiring awe and excitement for decades to come.